What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cash, and we are early here today. I mean, we're really early. This is not a good idea at all. I just happened to wake up and I was like, you know what? I know the update is out, so might as well just cover it while I know it's here. And what is going to be covering today is going to be what in generally the update is. We got the Rebecca Awakening. We got a new character and another new character, which they pretty much said. And if it wasn't a surprise to you that the Advent character is going to be dark and then Rebecca's probably going to play a role in it, you are a little bit of the slows. Yes. All right, so let's review what's going on here. They talk about the new awakening, which we'll look into that a little bit later. And let's see what else we got here. Immaculate Perfection Silvera. Silveria or something? Yeah, I think Silveria. Now this is a light support. We have a new support character that is going to be on the banner, obviously, and you know, your normal child pornography bait here. I mean, I know, what is it, lolly, whatever. I know. No, actually I don't know. It's just really weird to me. Anyway, then we also have another dark attack. I'm tired of attackers, man. Can we get some more hybrids, please? I don't know. I'm tired of attackers, and they need to make more awake. The next awakening, Rebecca, I'm happy for you, but we need definitely another support awakening, a hybrid awakening, or even another tank. Just no more attackers for a while. That's that. And then Astaroth is going to also be the Advent. Other thing that they're updating is going to be the lobby layout. Yay! Rankings, that was the thing that they were talking about before. You can feel good inside when you're on top of the world. Who cares? Skill enhancement check, which is pretty cool, but why would you ever see this? Oh, this is not realistic at all. I mean, you could do it, but why would you ever do that? Tier 1 prize is now just 10 crystals from the Pal Lotto, which is pretty good. And then the daily missions is, as it says, new users only, so this doesn't apply to a lot of people that are still playing the game, which I'm happy for. So when people do play the game, you know, if they're starting off new, that they're getting guided a little bit more. So this is really, really good. So I appreciate that. I think that that's a really good thing to have, and all that good stuff. Who cares? All right, here we go. Rebecca Changes. This is what we were saying that they were going to do. Well, they said that they were going to do this. It's not that we were saying it. So what's going to be happening here is that they're going to be changing Rebecca's normal, and then they're going to actually be changing. This is what I didn't anticipate, is them changing her outfit. Here are the changes to regular Rebecca. We're going to be going over everything, by the way, in this video. So we have increases allies attack by 60% when there is a surviving enemy. Well, that's convenient. Okay, I guess when there is one surviving enemy, so only when it's a solo, where it's like a boss, pretty much, I guess. Anyway, condemning spear is also changing. So now they changed it to that if the target has a debuff, it's going to do more damage. Storm of Justice. So it's still that cone attack, and then now it just applies the judgmental light. So this is what I was thinking a little bit, that they were going to be taking some of the stuff from the actual outfit and then putting it onto the base version of Rebecca, so that when you do this, and this is another reason why I wanted to do this, because I know a lot of people are like, should I buy the costumes now? I don't know how good it is. So you're gonna be able to see how good the Rebecca is now. We'll see how good the costume is, and then we'll see how good the new Advent hero is, or sorry, the new banner hero is, and then see, maybe you should just get Rebecca and then just, you know, wait on Severia or something like that. We'll have to see. So that's a new change. This is technically an old change. This is just her outfit a little bit. So then we have the Hours of Judgment, which is the same thing. Single target penetration damage, deals additional damage if there are 2 or more surviving enemies, deals even more damage if there is 1. So that's pretty cool. So I know some people are waiting to see if they should skill up anything. So, well, let's do the passives. I'm jumping ahead. All right, so her new passive, regular passive, 100% chance to decrease skill 3 cooldown by 2 turns upon killing an enemy. So that's pretty good. That actually synergizes really well now. That makes it synergize a lot better. 100% chance to remove Veil of Phantasm and decrease resolves by 1 turn. That is definitely new. So this is a 100% counter to Ashley, and it probably has counters to Astaroth as well, I'm pretty sure. Decreasing resolves, if you guys don't know what that means, is that pretty much if Electra is there and Elizabeth is there, and you kill them, and then their resolve is just kind of sitting there, she will actually tick the resolve. She will actually make it tick a turn. The only other character I think that had that was Taroni, and no one really used her like that. So now Rebecca is going to be able to come in there every time she gets a kill. So this pretty much means you can S3, it will deal additional damage here when there's 2 or more, which it should be because it's the beginning of the fight, right? You would then have this doing additional damage. So to me, so far, I'm thinking about just leveling up the S3. And then her 60, the sign of evil, 100% chance to absorb damage for 1 turn upon receiving a cooldown decrease effect. So now every time she gets a kill, she's gonna get damage absorption. Now before, she only got the damage absorption when she S3'd, so they moved that to the 60 passive. Awesome. 100% chance to decrease skill 3's cooldown by 1 turn when the enemy affected. So they kept this also on. This is all on the base, so this has nothing to do with the outfit. So we're about to dive into that, right? So far on base, this is amazing. This is a really good character, and I think that, you know, if you don't have a copy of her, then it really sucks. She's pretty much a nuker. That's pretty much her job. She's a nuker. Her S3 keeps resetting, and then you're supposed to keep resetting stuff. Also, another thing to note that the change is that the only skill cooldown reduction that she's getting is on her S3. Before, it used to be on all her skills, so you can S2 spam a little bit. Now it's just specifically on her S3 cooldown. So now let's see what the outfit does. So that's gonna be the same. That's the same. S1 is the same. The S2 on base level, the Judgment of Light lasts for 2 turns. That's one of the biggest differences. So if you're getting the outfit, the Judgment of Light is 2 turns. Another difference of the outfit is that this damage goes up, and same thing with this one goes up as well. As you can see, 150 to 200, 250 to 300, and it's only 100 to 150 in it. So it looks like you're just getting the outfit here if you just want to do more damage. I found the difference. So the regular base passive is 100% chance to decrease the caster's skill cooldowns is a difference by 2 turns. So the chain is on the original, this is original Rebecca, is only for the S3 as we saw before, I was just explaining. But when you get the outfit, it decreases all your cooldowns, so your S2 then will get cooldown reduction, and also it goes down by 1 turn. Your Storm of Justice is skill cooldown 4, meanwhile skill cooldown 5 here. So that is the other differences. I have to come back recording this because I was rereading it. I was like, there has to be more to it. So what this allows you to do is that you can spam your S2 a little bit more, and you can also then spam your S3 a little bit more. And remember, every time you get a cooldown decrease, which is pretty much every time you hit the Judgmental Light, you're gonna keep getting a absorbed damage, which allows you to pretty much almost skip a turn. There's not that many characters that counter that. I think it's like, what, Damien, Ruby, any character that pretty much removes buffs. All in all, I would say it's a decent thing to get, but remember, this is only, the chain only works when you kill an enemy, so I feel like the base version is still really good. I don't know if I want to spend 300 or 400. It just depends on if I can get Severia early or not. Then I might come back and get this. Anyway, let's see what else do they have. Any other goodies that they have. Finally, Emilia is going to come down, the bunny girl. So I don't think anyone cared. I don't even know what this outfit does. And that's really about it. So we've probably talked too much about Rebecca, but she was the main highlight of this actual update, so I think she was warranted that. So let's go over to her Awaken. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this, right? We all were. So now we know the changes to the outfit. We know the changes to her base. Her base is amazing. There it is, guys. There it is. Whew. Spirit of Revolution. 80% chance to apply Extinction for 1 turn when skill 3 is used. 80% chance to apply Judgmental Light for 200% to all enemies for 2 turns if the skill fails to kill the target. So that is absolutely nuts. I noticed that they did say something about Gem of Extinction, right? And that's probably why, because they were going to be giving it to Rebecca. I kind of skimmed over it, and I'm happy I didn't close this tab. So heroes with this effect cannot revive upon death, and Resolve will not activate unless Resolve cannot be removed, aka Resolve won't be activated unless it's like a passive Resolve. That first part is cool. Whatever, I really don't care about that. Extinction is pretty much an unable to revive, unable to resolve kind of thing. So it's still pretty good, especially on her S3 Duke, right? But more importantly, 80% chance to apply Judgmental Element on all enemies for 2 turns if the skill fails to kill. Now, every time you S3, the Judgmental Light thing is gonna pop up anyway. As we know here, the 100% chance to decrease skill cooldown 3, the skill 3 cooldown by 1 turn when the enemy afflicted with Judgment and Light is attacked. So if you put this is really good for obviously like PvP. It's not going to be that great for you when you're just doing any other thing like a boss or something like that, because there's only one enemy. But in PvP, if you make her quick enough and she S3s and it doesn't kill something, maybe because you're taunted by the tank, everyone gets this buff and she's pretty much going to get the S3 again, because that's like almost 5 enemies. And if she happens to get a kill, you know, then it's going to lower it by even more. So that's really good. Also, if it is an actual boss and she S3s it and it doesn't kill because it's a boss, it's not going to die to one single target nuke. It's going to take a while to die. It's going to get the Judgmental Light anyway, so she pretty much has like 2 sources of it, which is really cool. So she has the S3 to place it on there, and she has the S2, so just giving her ways to like pretty much lower the cooldown so she can S3 again, which is really cool. She also looks pretty good in game. She looks pretty good to me, in my opinion. There it is. Let's see that spin. Boom, boom. Now the Arrows of Punishment, but just with a different background. Like she's in the arena where you fight Christian. So pretty cool. So this is Silveria. This is going to be the banner character. So this is where if it's like, should I even bother getting this character, or should I just get those outfits? Because this video is going to come up, you know, before that. Well, if I shut the fuck up and actually finish the video. Anyway, so let's check out Silveria's skills, right? So first of all, her leader skill is increases all allies attack by 12% and accuracy by 6% per surviving ally. So that's really strong. I mean, who cares about accuracy? I guess, hey, free 30% accuracy is whatever from the start of the match. But increases all allies attack by 12%. 12% by 5 times by 5 is 60. So this is almost just as good as Rebecca's passive, plus you're getting some accuracy. By the way, you could already tell what kind of dungeon it's going to be. There's probably going to be some evasion in the dungeon, or Astaroth himself is going to have evasion. That's just completely telling you that within 2 seconds. Blast Smash, what kind of support? Inflicts damage to one enemy. Chance to pretty much remove a buff, going up to 2 buffs, which is pretty good from the target. Restores HP up to 20% of the ally with the lowest HP. This is pretty much Diamos's S1, if you're thinking about it. His S1 has a chance to remove buffs when he hits, and then he heals the ally with the lowest HP. Next up is Radiant Blessing. And then we see from 1 to 5, restores HP in a cone, it seems like, and removes 1 debuff. Obtains Silver Light Magic, 1 possibly up to 2, and then you can have a max of 3 on themselves. I don't think it's something you give to the allies. But then we also get to the level 6 version of it. Restores all allies HP by 55%, which is pretty good, and removes 2 debuffs, and then of course you'll get 2 Silver Light Magics. Next up is the Silver Light Circle. Revives 2 allies with HP, some HP. As you see, it's broken up because it's gonna get crazy, guys. Decreases targets all skill cooldowns by 1. That's pretty much like Sid's. This character's kind of designed kind of whack so far. As you can see, once you get up to the 3-6 range, eventually you can actually get up to 3, which is like Ramuh's revive. 80% heal when you get 3 of them. 80% heal to those targets, so they're gonna damn near be full health. Increase the target skill cooldown by up to 2 eventually. I guess once it's level 3 and beyond, you get a Silver Light Magic. Now reading the first part, upon an ally's death, consumes 1 Silver Light Magic to revive 1 ally with 30% of their HP. So the Silver Light Magic is on her. So decreases target skill cooldown by 1. Grants a shield equal to 200% of the target's max HP for 1 turn. And as I can already read down here that Silver Light Magic obtains 2 at the beginning of the battle. So you have 2, and then you'll get 3 when you use that. That's pretty good. And then it pretty much gives auto revive like crazy. So they're bringing back, especially with Karen, you can tell they're bringing back revive. They want you to be able to revive. Who else has revive in their kit? I forgot, that just came out. Ariandel also has revive. So they know that you can't anti-revive a lot. Like, what is it, like Nemesis has an AoE anti-revive? So they know you can still bring a lot of revive. They're trying to bring back that. Also, it's really good for bosses to just be able to have your characters come back automatically, so you don't have to like waste a skill on them. But she has a lot of revives. She actually has a ton of revives. It's kind of crazy. And this is really good when your tank dies, specifically 200% of the target's max HP. Their max HP, not current. So like, if your tank dies, they're coming back right back into the fray. Their cooldowns are getting reduced. This is going to be so good for Electra. you know, for us, you know, using it against, we're gonna have to counter this obviously because it's bullshit. Let's look at the Silverlight Beacon. I've been skimming over next to it. So the caster is immune to charm and silence. That's awesome. Remember guys, the banner character has direct correlation to the advent. So there's a reason why she is immune to charm and silence, because that dungeon probably has a ton of charm and silence. And obtains 2 Silverlight magic at the start of the battle. Decreases damage taken by 50% if the caster has, oh my god. So she's really good. Silver Flash, that's the S1. She just looks, I don't know. I know people like when they like this, but her actually skimpiness of her outfit just makes her look stupid to me. She actually looks like, I know it's supposed to like so you can slightly sexualize her a little bit, but I think it actually kind of makes it look dumb. Very, very hard for me to think that. And S3 animation looks pretty cool. I like it. But I think her outfit looks actually stupid. Like the fact that it's just like her in like panties. Anyway, I'm at 35 minutes recording, but hopefully we'll get this video down to like 20 something. There's definitely a lot of information here, and we're not done yet. Astaroth is going to be your banner. Sorry, and I keep messing up the words that I'm saying. Devil May Care. Oh, you guys talking about some Capcom in this bitch? All right, so we got time space. This guy's involved in the story. Maybe I should read the story so I know what characters are actually coming up. Anyway, this is the advent character, so we will be thinking of this character at looking at all their skills pretty much at 6, because it's going to be pretty much guaranteed. You know, as long as this dungeon, will this be the first 5-star advent dungeon I can fight? Let's see. So we got Captivating. This guy has charm. I don't even need to wear Mortal Charm. Boom, there it is. Captivating. And we already know that Severia is immune to charm and silence and boom, charm stuff. We already saw it coming. Increases Dark Allies multi-strike chance by 30%. And then the S1, let's go straight into it, is going to be a single target, ignore defense, which is I think similar to Momo. And also has a chance to apply Mortal Charm. That's a lot on an S1. Jesus, that's a lot on an S1. Nightmarish Delight inflicts damage to one enemy and has a chance to apply Minimize to for one turn. Inflicts damage pretty much in a cone also, and has a chance to apply Minimize to those targets, but it's a much lower chance. So the initial hit, no, the both of these are saying, why is it worded that way? It's only worded this way because the cone aspect, the cone Minimize, is a lower chance to hit than the initial target. So when you're using the S2, you want to make sure that you're trying to, whoever you really want to minimize, you want to target that one, and the people next to that target will have a chance to do it. So we'll find out what Minimize is later. I'm pretty sure it's probably in one of his passives. So next up is the S3 Into the Abyss. Inflicts damage as a single target, ignore defense nuke, which is great. And then also has a chance to make the target unable to revive. What a surprise! We're gonna need some unable to revive in the meta with all the craziness that's coming out. Next up is going to be Night Fog. His first passive, 100% chance to grant the caster Vila Phantasm for one turn at the start of the wave, or if the caster afflicts an abnormal status. So that is similar to Ashley, because we know his S1 has Mortal Charm. Minimize is probably a abnormal status, but we don't know what it does. I've never heard of that term before. So also there's an 80% chance to apply Mortal Charm to one enemy for 5 turns at the start of the turn. So when his turn comes up, he can randomly Mortal Charm someone, which is cool, but again, the multi-strike might break it. So that's a little bit annoying in that, so who knows. Next up is the Price of the Deal. His 60 passive removes all buffs from minimized enemies at the start of every enemy and ally turn. That is nuts. Now we have to go back to the S2, right? So S2 has a decent, starts off 50% chance to minimize and then 25 to the other ones. Let's just say that a couple characters are minimized. Every time anyone's turn goes by, their buffs are getting stripped. Remember, there's no chance for this to happen. It just happens. You will be removing all the buffs from minimized enemies at the start of every enemy and ally turn. So pretty much those characters, no matter what happens, will not be receiving a buff at all. That's going to be nuts, and I'm pretty sure when we do the dungeon, we're going to probably have to bring a cleanser in there. That's almost 100%. So yeah, you're definitely going to want to take care of that. 100% chance to increase the caster's damage dealt by 20% for 2 turns every time an ally afflicts an abnormal status on an enemy. and it stacks up to 5 stacks max. So this is awesome, obviously, especially if you got like Cynthia, you have any other people that are taunting, oh my god, that are just cone taunting, AoE taunting. This is going to be great. So he's great with tanks, but more importantly, once he gets the minimize on a character, they pretty much can't do anything. They're not going to be getting any buffs, or keeping the buffs I should say, as soon as they get them. So as soon as they get a buff, it's just gone. They can't really be protected again. It doesn't help for any buffs that are in the beginning of the fight, as we know, like something like Electra, he really won't have any, he really can't do anything to Electra. The buffs are applied before he gets a turn. He has no way to afflict minimize from the beginning of the match. So you'd have to level up the S2, make sure this is 100% chance to minimize, and then it gets a little quirky. So I think that even though the S3 seems really cool, I would probably vote for leveling up this S2, because to minimize and have characters that literally can't gain a buff is super strong. The devil's beckoning, let's see it. So he is, look, he's like floating. Ooh, my head attack. Nightmare's Delight. A little spin, and he's like, yatta! These things just never look good. All right, boom, now this is the beginning of it. Makes a little snappy snap. Clicks, the balls go, and it causes explosions in front of him, because he's like the boss, I guess. Not enough impact for me on the explosion here. It's like, eh. But the, I mean, that little end part, I wish as soon as these balls hit, it just made that. Pretty good overall. I definitely think this is a good update. These characters are pretty cool, and yeah, the Awaken is really good. I think people are definitely gonna enjoy Rebecca's Awakening, just for the fact that you can S3 and put a pretty much a blaze on every character. Pretty much put a blaze on every enemy just because your S3 didn't kill something, which it, like I said, we know that it most likely is not going to be, especially if a character has resolve. It's like the perfect thing if a character has resolve, like Electra. The only thing that would have been good if they changed their S3 to ignore defense or something like that. It does penetrate, which is decent, and it does additional damage, you know. So yeah, let me know what you guys are excited about or not excited about. You think these characters are all crap? You can let me know that also in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next video, which is going to be Rebecca guides, Severia guides, Astaroth guides, and then eventually his dungeon once I figure it out. You know, once that's always come a little bit later. I'm not rushing to do that. Also, before I get out of here, this video is long enough. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this kind of long one, but I think it was worth it being long. Really cool here is that they did this before. When the Advent Dungeon, if you keep doing the Advent Dungeon, you'll actually get to summon, right? But now the Advent Dungeon summon ticket thing has pity on it. So now if you keep playing, like, remember now the new 5 stars have level 2 and they have level 3. But during this event, sorry, not level 2 and level 2 and level 5. So even if you can't beat the dungeon, make sure you're doing it on Nightmare so you can get the tickets. And then if you can at least get 2 sets, which is 100 tickets, so 200 tickets, you can at least get an Astaroth pretty much for free. So that's a little bit different from before when people weren't even getting the Advent, like me, I didn't get Ariandel at all, right? So this is a pretty cool way to actually speed up, at least you getting the Advent character in general, or, you know, just getting extra dupes so you can skill them up quicker. So this is a great change. When it comes down to the like quality of life stuff, Nice Chronicle hits it out of the park. They have one bad update, and that's the costume key. Everything else it's been pretty good. So Severia, you're still gonna need. She's obviously a bonus unit in the dungeon. Come on, guys. So that's gonna be it for the update. But more importantly, what you need to know is that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I will see you guys in my dreams, because I'm going to sleep. Peace.